Hello everyone, welcome back to another Train Sim World 6 video. Today we are at sorry, I mixed them up. Today we are at Miltenberg on the Maintalbahn, not the other way around as I was about to say. And we are in the Deutsche Bahn BR218 by Train Sim Germany. We're doing a double locomotive local service, RB88 local service all the way up to Aschaffenburg. With live weather enabled, so that's why it's very foggy and it's pouring snow. Bit like what's happening in my area in Japan in real life right now. Anyway, so let's hop in and get started. Holy, that's a seriously large amount of snow. Let's open you, get the wipers on. Yes, me like brake key. Put the direct brake on. So yeah, we have a top and tail locomotive formation today. 2 locomotives in total. Gotta remember how to set this thing up. I need to go to the other end of the locomotive. This is supposed to represent the time so BR642s were out of action on the old maintenance. So 218s were brought in along with some Dostos. This layer does require this is a custom timetable. Oh, I forgot to shut the door on the inside. Oh, there we go. I was able to shut it. This layer requires the 218, of course, and the Hamburg to Lübeck route for the Dostos. Gear selection is fast, which we need. We put the gears in slow if we're on a freight train. Multiple unit selections in ZWS, so we're using both locomotives today. There we go. Oh, I forgot to... Yeah, we do have 30 seconds till we go. Transmission power, train lights. Oh, let's keep them at normal. On, and on. There is also a Deutsche Bundesbahn blue and cream version for use on the Link-Rheinstrecke route with the 1984 timetable. But this is the modern Deutsche Bahn version with the Verkehrslot livery. Alright. This 218 is a bit quirky because it does require you to put it into notch 2 to allow oil to fill the transmission before, and that light on the dash had to go out before. There we go. Right, put it to notch 10 since we are on a tight timetable today. Try saying that 5 times fast. Turn up the PCB indicator brightness. Bam. Oh, I forgot it doesn't reset your zoom anymore since the latest core update. I can't see anything. This is insane. I've never had live weather this bad before, and I just chose this route on like a spur of the moment thing. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to keep an eye out because, yeah, for track related hazards. We are using both locomotives. Here's the bridge. Put to notch 2. See if we can like get it with a decent. Oh, there is no view to see, so I might as well leave it. Oh, crumbs! Cut it. Power. Direct brake. Slow down, buddy. Yeah, we're not. A quirk of the 218 services on this route is that it can only do the RB88 services, which are the local all-stopper services. It can't do the RB87 semi-express services, which is interesting, to say the least. I think my main complaint about the Maintalbahn is, while it has good rolling stock and layers for the 628 from Maintalbahn, the Vossloh G6 from Niedertalbahn, no, the G6 from Rybra Osten, and the 218, of course, from Hamburg to Lübeck, all 3 very good Train Sim Germany products. It's just that the route scenery is very boring, and it's very flat, I must say. I'm glad I was able to obtain this route at 80% off, because it is not worth anywhere near the full price, in my opinion. I'm having to yeah, we have got some seriously bad weather to deal with right now. What frame rate are we doing? Basically 60 FPS, that's decent. Yeah, it's hard to keep to the... I must say the timetable is quite tight on this line. And even when you're in a multiple unit like the 642, it is quite hard to keep to the... Let's cut the power completely. Put it to notch 2 on the brakes. Yeah. I do like how the wiper isn't smooth. It, like, gets stuck in the middle bits, which is very nice. It's a very nice little added realism touch. Alright, let's keep slowing down. I've never had this bad weather with the live weather mod before. This is insane. If it wasn't for Elsa B and Pisa B, I would be, well, just Pisa B. I'd be straining my neck forward trying to see ahead, because this is just bananas. I've never had live weather like this before. It must be very bad in full service. Come on. Yep, and we're a minute late. Are you kidding me? Stop. Okay, this thing likes sliding, I see. Good thing that wasn't a red signal. Right, let's keep the direct brake on. And that's the time we were supposed to go. Let's have a look at the live weather. Cloudiness 88 out of 100. Precipitation 64 out of 100. Temperature -1 degree Celsius. Maximum ground track slipperiness and 55% ground snow with how much visibility? 278 meters. Oh, crumbs. No wonder I could barely see ahead. I should probably pause it because when I tab onto that. Alright, come on, come on, come on. Next stop, Lauterbach. Right, I need maximum welly, if you please. And with both locomotives, this thing is quite good at accelerating. Yeah. So yeah. My goodness. There's not really any view to see. It's just white. This is basically complete whiteout. I can't see. This is probably a very boring video for you guys on your end, but yeah, this is quite hairy for me. Is there like a train heat switch? Cab light, sand. I don't think there is. Anyway, yeah. Good thing. Yeah, another one complaint I do have about the 218 is that the wiper is only one speed, a bit like the Class 47 from the UK. So it's either on or off. There's no in between, no intermittent, no nothing, which is very annoying, especially in like areas of low precipitation. Come on, come on, come on. In fast gearing, just a little fact, in fast gearing this thing has a top speed of 140 kilometers an hour. In slow gearing it has a top speed of 100, because the slow gearing is supposed to provide more torque for freight trains. Let's actually cut the power now. Shut off the CFA, get notch 2 of brakes going, notch 3 of brakes going, I should say. Yeah, I can barely see where I'm going. If it wasn't for the safety systems, I would be absolutely having... Yeah, I'd be... This is pretty scary, because if there's a track obstruction, I can't stop in time. So I'm basically relying entirely on the safety systems to function as intended and not get me killed. So yeah, this is just insane. I got to say what service this was. This is 23316 RB88. Shut it off. Right, easy does it. Minimum. Full service. Come on, perfect stop. almost within 2 meters. That's decent. Let's go into photo mode real quick. Oh, really? You just had to put an invisible... Oh, okay, there's an invisible wall, like, right there. Oh my gosh. No need to lower the depth of field. Holy! Yeah, no motion blur since we are at a platform. Nice. That is a good shot. This is... I've never had live weather this bad before. Let's release some of the direct brakes so we can get going a bit quicker. There we go. Alright, and shut the doors. Come on, let me go. Notch 2. Next stop, Klingenberg, in 4 kilometers. Wait until the light goes out and cram it. Maximum beans. We do have a wheel slip protection switch. That's always set to on when you load into this locomotive. To date, I think this is the only German mainline diesel locomotive to be in the game. Like, all the other ones are either diesel multiple units or diesel shunters. It's rather appropriate that this thing layers onto the only modern era German diesel route, which is this, Maintalbahn. Basically all the other routes it layers onto, it does so while being under the wires. And if you have Maintalbahn, this locomotive layers in basically everywhere German freight does. It does have a lot of stuff you can do with it, which is very nice. We want maximum. We need maximum velocity. We cannot afford to lose any more time than we have. Oh, a yellow signal. That's gonna be annoying. The P's and B. We can go only 120 kilometers an hour on this line. We cannot do 140, which is somewhat of a shame, but at least the 218 can reach it, unlike the what is it? The 628, which is also 85. Notch 5 onto the brakes. Of the 218 also is not equipped with LZB, so you can't use this thing in LZB equipped areas, like on, say, Kassel to Würzburg. Well, you can't use LZB in those areas. I mean, it's not like you can't use it, you just can't use LZB, right? You'll want me to acknowledge this, won't you? There we go. Oh, Sifa almost got me there. Right, let's get notch 2. The brakes going down to 60. I believe yeah, there's the water park just over there on the right. Obviously no one's using it since it's the middle of absolute winter. Alright, I believe we are getting shunted onto that little side track there. Notch 2. Okay, we do have a good old 500 hertz magnet, which means you have to get down to 20 kilometers an hour as soon as possible. Let's put it to minimum. There we go. We are arriving early into Klingenberg, which is excellent. Stop, please. Thank you kindly. Let's get the direct brake on, train brake off. There we go. still under the influence of a 500 Hz. There's another 218. Nice. Well, another pair of 218s with Dostos. So there's R1. Here's one over there, just pulling in. Nice. Do any of these circuit breakers work? No. Let's release some of the direct brake. Like two bars should be good. Right, 1 minute till we're supposed to go. We do have a green signal, but we're still under the influence of the 500 Hertz magnet until after we go past the signal. Must say, the P's and B indicators are very easy to see. There are some trains where the P's and B indicators are annoyingly difficult to see. The fog is still incredibly dense. Very hard to see ahead. Alright, 40 seconds. Yeah, we're approximately here. About a third of the route. Of the way up the route, I should say. Come on, buddy. Notch 2. Gotta be careful to stay under 20. Watch those P's and B indicators. Next stop, Worth. I think that's how you pronounce that. Worth, I think? Yeah, something like that. I did study Germany for about a year, so I couldn't know. Okay, safe to release. Thank you kindly. Right, punch it. Maximum welly. Yeah, I won't take another thumbnail today. I think the one we got looks decent. Alright, we can go up to 120 in a minute. Okay, let's take you down a bit. You're too speedy, little guy. It does take a long time to spool down the 218. It takes longer to spool down the revs than it takes to to rev up. Right. Maximum oomph. It's the only way we're going to keep the time on this line. Hey, that rhymed. Alright, 1 kilometer. So, approximately, okay. 1 kilometer, so take the thrust. I should the throttle off. I'm not in a jet fighter, for goodness sake. Let's get minimum brakes. Let's get notch 3 on the go. Notch 2. Well, the 218 at the end of the day is pretty easy to drive. It's nowhere near as complex as the expert level 101 is. But it still is an absolute lark to drive. I got this thing on release day back in, must have been 2024, so about a year and a half ago. Maintalbahn level crossing barriers still haven't been fixed in some cases, anyway. So, where was I? Got this on release day almost 1.5 years ago, and I do not regret it. It is a excellent locomotive. And it was one of the few trains at the time that came with dynamic suspension, since the TSW4 core still had dynamic suspension, like, being worked on as a work in progress. Full service, please. Oh, we are late. 7 seconds late. Not to worry. Let's take the train brakes off. Ooh, easy. Too much. Direct brake is rather easy to finagle. Release. Notch 2 until that light extinguishes. Next up, Erlenbach, just over 1 kilometer. Maximum Welly. Yeah, if I had a co-driver in here, there's also a second wiper. And I could also manually operate the wipers as well, which is a nice touch, but you wouldn't want to be doing that all the time, of course. Don't want direct brake. Let's get train brake going. Let's get minimum brakes on. I do like Maintalbahn because it's very different from the other German stuff that we have in the game. So far, it is only the one of 2 diesel-only German routes in the game, and it's the only modern era diesel-only route. So, yeah. Oh, I think we are a bit too slow. Oops, I think I braked too early. Oh well. It is what it is. Deutsche Bahn aren't exactly known for being reliable on the timing front these days, sadly. Oh, crumbs. Sorry, I did not mean to overshoot that much. Stop, please. Please stop. Oh, almost 50-meter overshoot, but we're still within the platform, thank goodness. Let's release the direct brake. There we go. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this weather. So it's insanity by the live weather mod standards. Yeah, and you can find all the other the live weather mod and all the other mods I use from the link in the description. It's on the they're all on the Train Sim community website, right? And now, next stop, Glanzstoffwerke in 3 kilometers. So yeah, we've got Glanzstoffwerke, Oberberg, Elsenfeld, Kleinwallstadt, Sulzbach, Obernau, Aschaffenburg Süd, Aschaffenburg Hochschule, and Aschaffenburg Hauptbahnhof left as stops today. Still accelerating. Let's cut the power. Oh. 85, okay. Okay, there we go. We're within the P boundaries. Lovely. Alright, Glanzstoffwerke. What's that light ahead? Was that the sun? No, it's a... Oh, someone's going to clip that. That's a signal, not a... I thought that was the sun poking through. It's not. It's just a weird... It's just a signal that I refused... That hadn't loaded. Oh dear. Alright, bit of an early stop. It is what it is. Right. Alright. Still snowing pretty heavily, I must say. Visibility shows pretty much no signs of improving. Next stop, Urbanberg, Elsenfeld, in 1.3 kilometers, but we do have a 45 limit in effect being imposed by the Pisa B. I think I'll have to acknowledge the signal as well. Acknowledge. Oh, I went 1 kilometer over and you just blew up in my face. Thanks. Oh. Quiet. For crying out loud. I went 1 kilometer an hour over the limit, but no, I'm not going to let you go any faster. Come on, move. Move! There we go. Alright, we're on the move again, and we're probably going to be late to Oberberg now, thanks to that stupid Pisa B emergency brake. It has been a while since, Sorry, it has been a bit since I've been emergency braked by the Pisa B. That's just great. Hate when that happens. Really annoying. Just give it a bit of direct brake just to slow us down so we don't pass 45. Right, release that. Oh, there's a 642 waiting for us. That's a decently modeled unit. Decent sounds, decent horn. But I just wish the headlights on it were fixed for TOD4 lighted routes. That would make the... Because it's very obvious that the headlights are made for a TOD5 lighted route when you run it on routes like Köln to Aachen. Yeah, we are very late. We're almost a minute late. Oh... do have a 500 hertz in effect, which is just simply lovely. Those are very annoying to stay below the thing for. Slow down, bud. Slight overshoot. Almost a minute and a half late. Oof. Next up, Kleinwallerstadt in 4 kilometers. Gotta stay below 20 until after this signal, because otherwise the the whatever it is, the the 500 hertz magnet. I couldn't think of the term there for a minute. Right. It's still in effect. Right, override. It's not letting me override it. Okay, that's interesting. Just stay. Is this thing? Is this 500 hertz magnet bugged? Both the train and oh, okay. Launch 2. Right. Welly, here we go. So, where are we? Okay, we're just over halfway along the route. Right, we're clear at 220, which is the maximum line speed. Yeah, and visibility is visibility improving? It's now at 330 meters, so it's improved by 50 meters, and that, honestly, I could not really tell a difference. I do like the weather readout that the live weather mod does. Very helpful. Very helpful indeed. Right, that is 100 kilometers an hour. This is the sort of weather you would expect to see Bigfoot in. Just a complete whiteout. You think you see him and then he's gone. Obviously, we're not in the western United States, but just saying that. Oh, really? Another PZB? Ugh. Right, acknowledge that. Cram on the brakes. Come on, slow down. There we go. PZB magnet has been, has been accounted for, safe to release, but we do have the 160 limit, and then we have another PZB right there, so there's really no point accelerating. Launch that. Strange to think that I've known about how to use PZB for less than a year, and I already use it pretty proficiently. Know how to account for pretty much every situation, which is very nice. Right, 300 meters to go, 30 seconds to get there. We might get, I don't think we'll get there on time, but I think we will get there. So we aren't complete, I don't think we will be really, really late. 3 on the brakes. Klein Vollstart, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, bit of an undershoot on that one, but it is what it is. Alright. Oh, we can actually depart on time! I'm astounded. Look at that. Oh no, I don't think we'll be able to depart on time. But I think we will just depart very, very slightly late. Let's have a look. Okay, so we're here. There's Aschaffenburg Hafen. There's Aschaffenburg. The whole Aschaffenburg Hafen to Aschaffenburg section of the route is actually recycled from the honestly pretty ancient Maintalbahn Aschaffenburg to Gemünden route, which honestly these days I can recommend only for layers. Next up, Sulzbach in 5 kilometers. Oh, hello. Get the power off, power off, power off now. Alright. Back onto the main line. Come on. Back up to 120. Route performance is handling, because of the dramatically decreased visibility, is still basically at 60 frames a second. Normally it would have diminished by now, especially with 2 AI trains having gone by, but because there's so little scenery needing to be loaded because of the fog, the game's performing quite well today, I must say. I think this is the longest section between stations on the whole line. It's a bit sad how the Maintalbahn doesn't really have that good scenery. Like, I'm sure it pretty much looks like this in real life, it's just that the road itself is boring. In real life probably is boring, I mean. But yeah, that was a heck of a stutter we just got. Let's go to notch 5, let's go down. Right, cut the power entirely. Actually, let's keep it at notch 2 just to keep the transmission filled up with oil. Yeah, that's actually good. That's actually keeping speed quite nicely. Roundabout. I love how the train can just bypass the roundabout and just continue going at absurd velocity. Give it notch 3. 2 kilometers to go. Cut the power, minimum brakes, since we are coming up on Sulzbach. Let's get notch 2 going, notch 3, notch 5. It is astounding how bad the weather actually is for today's run, but I haven't really experienced like a good old Train Sim World terrible weather run for a decent while, so this is quite a nice change from the usual like cloudy weather. Man, this would be yeah. Oh wow, there would be snow plows out right now in real life. Let's give it some brakes. Sulzbach, and we're slightly late. Okay, that's fair enough. Onto the brakes. Oh, 12-meter overshoot, but we're good. Yeah, it's annoying how it doesn't use this train doesn't use like a more modern variant of the Dostos, but yeah. One version of a Dosto in the game is, yeah, like, all the versions of the Dostos are basically the same, apart from, like, maybe some different running sounds and addition of dynamic suspension. Yeah, the fact that we still don't have the version of the Dostos with the doors over the bogies after all these years is disgraceful. Especially considering they've been in the game since, what, Rursig Nord? Like, they've been in the game, like, literally since, like, day 1 since this game came out. 2 kilometers to Ober now, and the fact that we still have the same 4th gen Dostos with the doors not over the bogies to this day that just keeps getting recycled again and again and again and again. Like, I probably have, like, 10 different versions of the Dostos thanks to all the German routes I have. and the fact that they still keep on, like with Dresden to Leipzig, they've re-released the Dostos yet again. Sorry if this sounds like a bit of a rant, but I'm just very annoyed that we just keep having the same version of Dostos over and over and over and over and over again. It's very, very irritating. Right, let's keep it moving. So, Oberau and then our Schafferberg Sud. So we are coming toward the end of the run for today. Cut the power. Minimum brakes. Notch 2. Slow it down. Excuse me. There's also a lot of shunting controls on that side, even like P's and B buttons, which I do like how there's like auxiliary shunting controls in German trains in areas where visibility from the driver's cab just wouldn't really work, and I love how that's a thing. Even with like P's and B acknowledge and release controls, it's very handy. Oh, forgot to zoom out the view again. All right, Oberau. We're coming in hot. Oh boy. Full service. Bit of an undershoot on that one, but oh well. Got it pretty close. We are going to be... I think we've been running on average like 30 seconds late throughout this whole run, which is, for Deutsche Bahn, is decent, but for me is not decent. I like running on time, early if possible. Oh, I love how these NPCs are all walking in sync. Look at that. Oh my goodness, it's like their marching band. That's so funny. The NPCs in this game are the one feature I just want fixed. They are just so annoying, they're so buggy, it's so broken on basically every single route, even like the good ones. Alright. Next stop at Schafferberg Sud in 4 kilometers. Maximum power. Limit. Oh boy, let's cut the power. Actually keeps a tiny little bit of power on. Let's cut the power entirely, since we do have that 80 limit coming up. Right, let's get minimum brakes on and acknowledge, and let's get notch 2 going. Get notch 5 going, just to try to maintain speed. Alright, green signal. Alright. Up to 100 in a minute. That's the... Is that the branch line? yeah, that's a branch line from our Schaffenburg Haven. So the Voslo G6 does layer in, so we might get to see that. Also, and I also believe the almost infinitely recycled BR363 shunter is included with the route. Let's go up to, like... Okay, we do have a good old... Let's cut the power, since we do have a piece of B. Acknowledge. Let's get the minimum brakes on. Are quite a bit out from our Schaffenburg Sud. Supposed to arrive at 12 o'clock on the dot. I don't think we're going to get there in time. We have 30 seconds to get there. There's a 642. Hello, sir. Oh, we do have a... Bit of an early stop. Oh well. Just keep that on maximum direct brake. Welcome. What is this? Our Schaffenburg Sud. And then we have our Schaffenburg Hochschule short tunnel, and then we're into our Schaffenburg Hauptbahnhof. There's the route Hauptmarker to Maintalbahn. Wait a minute, is there a sign of any, like, shunters around? There's one at Haven. It doesn't appear there are any around, annoyingly, apart from that one there, which is at 8 PM. Alright, let's go. Alright, build up power. Here we go. Oh, we have to stay below 24 limit. 900 meters to our Schaffenburg Hochschule. Right, cut the power. Need to keep it down. Okay, 45 limit. So we are still under a limit, but we can go up. Let's keep it like, try to keep the notches low so it doesn't. So we can control the speed better. Oh, we're not limited anymore, so we can give it some extra beans. Oh. Piece of B now. Let's cut the power. We're only 400 meters away. Yeah, driving the 218 as a local stopper is a full-time job. Watch 2. Alright, we're already late, but who cares? This is a very, yeah, only the local services stop here. I believe it's like one of the smallest stations on the route. With Maintalbahn, our Schaffenburg Hochschule and our Schaffenburg Sud are there, but no trains stop there, but which is pretty funny. There we go, unlock the doors. Next stop, and final one of the day, Aschaffenburg Hauptbahnhof in 1.5 kilometers. And the weather still hasn't improved. If anything, the visibility is gradually improving, I'll grant you that, but oof, it is still tipping it down with snow. You have to stay below 45, otherwise, as we discovered earlier, it'll just blow up in my face. The PZB system will blow up in my face, I should say. Oh, I meant to do the full fly past shot, but I hit the wrong button. Sorry. Just try to keep the speed managed. Since we do have that 40 limit coming up. We have another magnet to acknowledge. There we go. 45 limit is still in effect. Easy does it. Easy does it. We're already late into Aschaffenburg Hauptbahnhof, but it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, there comes into Maintalbahn from the right-hand side, which is another route in TSW, of course. Though not as good looking as Maintalbahn. 700 meters to go. Finally under the wires. Very slow entry into Aschaffenburg Hauptbahnhof. There's a G6 with my Voslo G6 branding patch active. That's because TSG were unable to obtain a Voslo license when they made the G6, so they just stuck it in DB branding, which is very unrealistic since DB has never operated the G6. But unfortunately, that was all they could do. Licensors are, can sometimes be very peculiar about Train Sim World. About having their stuff put in Train Sims, I should say. 500 hertz. Keep you slowing down, buddy. Do not want to have that go off on us, that's for sure. Easy does it. Try and get the stop. Oh my goodness, we're almost 2 minutes late. Maximum brakes, please. 2 meters, that's decent. Alright, welcome to... How's the frame rate when look... Oh wow, it's 30 FPS with looking straight at it. For some reason, diesel exhaust effects in this game tanked my frame rate. And I don't know why. And the 218 does have a lot of exhaust effect, I'll grant you that. Oof. Yeah. So, welcome to our Aschaffenburg Hauptbahnhof. There's a 642 peeking out behind there. Right. Lock the doors. Lock the doors. Thank you. Platinum medal, please. Thank you very much. 65 points lost for speeding. Not too much on time bonus, but yeah, that'll be all for this video, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.